This week, this month, we're celebrating Utah Saves. I was born of a family of very modest means. Both of my parents were Depression-era kids, and their families didn't have very much. And that shaped their lives for their entire lives and my life. And because of that, they had some kind of cardinal rules about money. And the first was you give back to God. The second is that you save first, and then you live on the rest. And because of that, they were able to give me opportunities to go on to school, to college. They actually paid for my college. We didn't go on vacations. A vacation for us was you go visit family. We lived in a really modest house, had cars that were very modest because they saved first and they built for the future. And I'm the recipient of that thinking, and it shaped how I think about money from the time I was a little kid. And they really believed that you built wealth, not debt. So I am really pleased to be able to be part of celebrating Utah Saves. Treasurer Damschen is with us here today, and Bill is with us here today. As symbolically, we all want to focus on saving. And we have a declaration from Governor Cox, and I'm going to ask the clerk to read that.
Thank you. Go ahead, Madam Reading Clerk.
Spencer J. Cox, Governor. Declaration. Whereas personal and household saving plans are fundamental to the stability, vitality, and prosperity of individuals and communities. Adequate savings, emergency funds, education savings accounts, retirement funds, and other saving plans increase people's financial stability and reduce their vulnerability to predatory lending practices and high-interest debts. Financial education and access to mainstream financial services are critical components of building wealth as individuals, households, and communities. We applaud the Utah Saves campaign, which encourages Utah residents to learn about saving strategies and take action to build wealth, not debt. Now, therefore, I, Spencer J. Cox, Governor of the great state of Utah, do hereby declare February 22nd through 26th, 2021 as Utah Saves Week. Signed, Spencer J. Cox, Governor.
Thank you, Senator Millner.
So I would say this should be not only Utah Saves Week, but Utah Saves Month and Utah Saves always. I also want to put in a plug for unclaimed property. I remember that Senator Hilliard always talked about that when we celebrated Utah Saves Week, saying make sure all of you, there is sometimes places where we're not even mindful of it. There will be some unclaimed property there. The state makes it very easy to go to online to the unclaimed property site to be able to just search and see if you happen to have some unclaimed property or someone in your family happens to have unclaimed property. The state wants to get that money back to you. So I would just encourage all of you to search yourself, and if you have any problems, I'm sure Treasurer Damschen will be willing to help you in that.
Thank you. Senator Stevenson has a comment. Go ahead.
Thank you. I would just like to, while we have Treasurer Damschen here on the floor with us today, I'd just like to thank him. We've talked about some of the programs that he's helped initiate and help move forward. But the thing that kind of rises to the top every time we look at the state and how we function and how we look with other states across the country, it's that AAA bond rating, and he's certainly got his fingers in the middle of that. So that didn't sound quite right, did it? But, anyway, thank you very much, Treasurer. We appreciate what you do for us.
Thank you. Senator Reby. Yes. I would add to that our state's in a great position because of the great efforts, not only the legislature, but our great staff and our treasurer. So thank you for all you do. And thank you, Senator Millner, for that presentation. Right on. If you're creating wealth is a lot better than creating debt. And I think we've found out how to do that as a legislature, as a state. And that's why we have such a great economy and such a great quality of life in Utah. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Senator Millner.
Thank you very much, Treasurer.
This February 22nd through 26th is Utah Saves Week. And what this is about is, it is about encouraging our citizens and our government to save money. Over the last year, we've seen that the stability and vitality of our state has been stressed, and our ability to have some savings, some emergency savings, really has an impact on the way that people behave and how much stress they can take in their lives. When we don't have savings, that leads people to predatory lending practices, high interest debts, bankruptcy, other issues that really create a lot of problems. And so I do have a declaration from the governor, and rather than read it, I would just move that we spread it upon the pages of the journal. And that was the only motion that I did have, to the extent it's needed.
Thank you, Representative. The motion is that the language of this declaration be spread upon the pages of the House Journal. Discussion of that motion? Seeing none. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. Thank you, Representative Brammer.
I just wanted to say thank you to Treasurer Damschen for bringing this to us, as well as his intern, Ms. Nowers. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Thank you, Treasurer Damschen.